What's up guys, DJ Darkbeat here, and today I'm going to be giving you a little mod guide on the Max Stryker. Pretty much I'm going to be changing the barrel, and I'm going to be doing a little trick, little ghetto trick to show you how to, instead of using a spacer, I use some electrical tape, and as long as you do it correctly, it literally does the same thing as a spacer. The only difference is you can't just take it off and put in a new one. I mean, you can change it up, but it's not as quick as just popping in and out of spacer. So I just did that because I just wanted to consistently at a certain FPS, and I don't really need to change it. So I keep it at that FPS that I get when I use the tape. So I'll show you that. But got to take everything apart, take the stock off. Let's take the spring out first. This way, you know, you can take the spring out. This way the gun is not under tension when you take it apart. That's always good. So right there, whole spring comes out. And just put that aside for now. Okay. I am going to be putting on this beautiful barrel I got from out of Darts. I believe it is about 17.5 inches long. And it's a real pretty barrel. You can go on Out of Dart's website and it's 20 bucks. Definitely a nice barrel to pick up. All right, so let's get this thing apart, see what we're working with. Okay guys, now that I got all the screws out, should come right apart. Okay, here we go. We got our empty shell here. Put that on the side. Safety. Trigger spring, of course, pops right off as per usual. Always be careful of that. It's always good to have a magnet around. And we're pretty much going to just take out the whole front assembly here just to get. I just really need to get to the barrel, and this is the barrel. And the barrel actually that comes with it does look finished, which is not too bad, but it is a little, does have some jagged edges, so you might want to file that down, sand it up a little bit, get it chamfered. But this is the stock barrel that came with it. This is what we're replacing it with, so there is going to be a tremendous difference here in the barrel. Fit. So which side do I want? I want the red side to come out. This barrel has a beautiful little fade to it, which is quite nice. Okay, so now basically just gonna put the barrel back in. Slide this into place. There's the barrel. Okay, it's done. Okay, now I'm gonna show a little trick. You know, you could buy spacers or whatever you want for these. I literally used a little bit of electrical tape. So if you do it correctly, it works just like the spacer, but you will not be able to adjust it like the spacer. So I measure out where I want it to be. About a ½ inch. Okay, and then you just go from there. You pull it tight. You want thin strips so that the spring is basically catching on to a fat piece of tape. Now, I know what you're thinking, this is ghetto, and yes it is. Just buy the $3 spacer. And I did, but in the meantime, I was too impatient, didn't want to wait, and this was the solution that I came up with. So, just make sure it's tapered so your spring fits, but it will then come to the resistance and only go as far as the tape allows. So let's see how we did, and voila, now you have a spacer that is about a ½ inch. So I got a ½ inch spacer now on my spring, so we'll leave that for here. Now I am going to put the rifle back together and we'll see how she does. Before I put her back together, I wanted to show you one more thing that I did. That is recommended to get a really good seal if you're only going to be changing the barrel. So I just put a little bit of Teflon tape on the barrel here to give it a really nice seal there, and it's an airtight fit between the breech and everything, so that's it's a good idea to put some Teflon tape. And I also put a little tape here to give it a snugger fit. Even though it was a nice friction fit here, I put a little bit there to make sure it was a snug fit. So let me put it back together and I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's all done. Okay guys, so this is what the finished product looks like of my upgraded new Max Stryker sniper rifle. I added the foregrip, the vertical foregrip. I like that better than the pump grip, especially when the prime is a little bit harder with the spacer, the spacing that I added with the spring. I added an optic, the barrel, and a worker scar barrel. Scar barrel is definitely important for the accuracy, and I wanted pretty much a sniper rifle, so that's how I built this blaster to be, is to be accurate from distance. Okay guys, so the Stryker is all together. Now here comes the test. 6 darts, long barrel, and I put the worker scar barrel on it. So let's see what it hits now. 133.1, 166.6, 137.1, 119, 121.3, 147. All right, guys. So modified Max Stryker. Put an optic on it. You know, grab the barrel and the scope. Okay, so it's hitting around anywhere. There's a pretty decent variation on it. I gotta see if I can tighten it up a little bit. I did glue the barrel in. After I wound up having to glue the barrel in because I was getting pretty good heavy. I did try to use some Teflon tape. I used a few other things, but I was getting air leakage. I don't know if you can see. It's got a really good seal now. But even with the good seal here, I can hear air coming, clogging this up. might switch back to the pump grip or try a, you know, a different grip. But I do like the vertical foregrip better. But if you're going to be priming this thing a lot with the spring tension that's on it now, it's going to be a workout. And I'm not a small guy. I am not weak by any means, but my arm hurts. So I love this gun. It was one of the easiest guns I've worked on in a long time in terms of just taking it apart and the internals. It's very easy to work on, just like the Nexus Pro, but it's almost made to modify. So whatever you guys can dream up, you can do. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment below. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. And also, if you want to see me work on a specific blaster, or you want to see a review on a specific blaster, let me know in the comments below and I'll see what I could get to. All right, but definitely like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot, and I will see you guys next time.